Everyone, Ben Brooks here from Agency Express. Welcome back to Board Shorts, your bite-sized guide to becoming an Agency Express franchise owner. Today, we've decided to answer the big question, the one that everyone asks at the outset: what does it actually cost? Franchising, unfortunately, can look like a wall of numbers at the first glance. The franchise fee, the service charges, funds, fees, it can all feel pretty messy. So today we're going to strip it right back, keep it honest, and tell you what it costs. Okay, let's start with the most important point, the initial investment. This is the headline figure. Sometimes called the franchise fee, the initial investment is what gives you the right to operate under our Agency Express brand in a defined territory with all the systems, training, and support that you need to run a successful business. To join us here at Agency Express will cost you £27,500 plus VAT. But remember, all of our franchisees are VAT registered, so that VAT is fully reclaimable, but you do need to factor it into your cash flows at the outset. Most people are going to fund this through a mix of savings, so money you already have on hand, and finance. That's money you're going to borrow from the bank or from another finance institution. Now, as a general rule of thumb, you're typically going to need somewhere around 30% from your own funds before you can buy your business. Think of it like buying a house. Lenders are going to want you to have a small amount of those funds upfront in hand before they will lend you the balance. This balance is then going to be funded by one of the high street lenders that support franchising in the UK, such as HSBC, NatWest, Lloyds, and others, or from government-backed franchise finance schemes. We work closely with all of these major franchise lenders in the UK to help keep that process as straightforward for you as we can, and most other franchisors are going to do the same. One key point to remember at this stage is that this isn't just a fee. This is your investment. It's your cost of entry to enter the Agency Express business model, which ultimately you're going to build, grow, and then in the future, sell. So what do you actually get for your investment? What's actually included? Well, first of all, the tools, professional grade equipment, from drills and racking through to specialist production kit, everything you need to get your business up and running. Next, the brand, full corporate kit, full clothing, full starter pack for stationery, etc. Everything you need from a marketing perspective to get up and running. The tech, access to our SignMaster 3 business management system and all of our mobile apps. The support. You're going to have access to an experienced head office team with more than 100 years on the ground in the estate agency world. And finally, the training. 5 days with us here at HQ, 3 with you on the ground within your territory, getting your business off to a flying start. So once your business is up and running, what are the ongoing costs? Once you're trading, there's one core fee that you need to be aware of, and this is the same across all franchise brands. What's known as management service fee, management service charge, or royalty. At Agency Express, the management service fee is 15% of each invoice that you generate. This covers your head office support, your systems, your invoicing, your credit control, and your national marketing. In short, it's a single fee to support the business ongoing for your benefit. Some franchise brands will also operate what's known as a National Advertising Fund, or a NAF. This is a separate and used purely for brand marketing cost. This is for lead generation, generating new business for you. We don't charge a NAF here at Agency Express, but many franchisors do. So always make sure to ask, find out how much it is, when you've got to pay it, and what it's going to deliver for you. Other costs you need to be aware of? Well, every franchisor is different and will have its own specific costs. There may be software licenses, conferences for you to attend, audits that you have to conduct, product supply that you have to be involved with, or even training events that are mandatory. There's no right or wrong, but the key is transparency. So make sure you ask them beforehand what's included, what's expected, and what it's going to cost. And finally, the often overlooked cost of owning a franchise business is the exit. What happens when you sell? Franchises are designed specifically to be transferable businesses, but most franchisors will have some form of cost, a transfer fee, an assignment fee, or a resale fee when the business changes hands. This is going to cover the costs for bringing the buyer into the business, legal administration, and training for them and their staff. It's going to vary from brand to brand, so make sure you speak to your franchisor and understand exactly any costs when you choose to sell your business in the future. So in simple terms, there are three elements you need to consider: entry cost, which is that initial investment fee; ongoing cost, which is that management service charge, management service fee, and perhaps national advertising fund; and your exit cost, that charge the franchisor may levy when you choose to sell your business and move on. If you understand all of these properly, you're not guessing anymore. You're comparing like for like. And that's the point. Don't just ask what it costs. Ask, what do I receive for my money? And what does that full journey look like? Thanks again for joining us on Board Shorts. See you again soon.